Hi, I'm Wayne the Boat Guy, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build this outboard motor stand. It's cheap, it's quick, and it's easy. Just like ramen noodles. Ramen noodles. But first, I want to do a quick shout out to another YouTube channel that I love, Cold War Motors. If you like seeing rusty old cars from the 1950s come back for just one more drive, Scott and his wonderful agents will hook you up. He also does some great restorations and everything from Finned Furies to Citroëns, or Citrons as they call them in Canada. Go check out his channel. He uploads a new episode about every weekend for our viewing pleasure. I'm going to place his sticker right here. There, that looks good. And now, onto our build. If you've built wooden things before and you just want a parts and cut list, I'll be putting that up in just a second. If you're apprehensive about this type of project, I'll walk you through every step of the way. It's really easy. Here's the materials I used to build my outboard motor stand. As you can see, there's not a lot of materials involved in this project. Next, I'm getting ready to show you where all the cuts are made on all of the boards. So your 4 2x4x8s, here's where you cut them to be able to get all the pieces you need. You're left with about a foot at the end of each of these 2x4s. You could have these pre-cut at the lumber yard if you need to. And finally, here's the tools that I used for this particular project. If you don't have all of these tools, see if you can borrow them. So, let's get started. Here's our step-by-step assembly instructions. Start by laying your 36-inch baseboard on the floor, upright like shown. Then bring your 32-inch vertical main to the center mark that you've drawn on that board, which would be at 18 inches. Place it centered on that board in a T-shape. Then drill and put 2 screws in from the bottom to hold the vertical main to the base. Flip it upright, do the other one the same. Then take your 24-inch cross members, any 2 of them, and set one against the vertical mains and one's there, at the outside edge. Now put screws in all of those. I put my screws in diagonally to help hold it more stable. Once that's screwed down, next you can be putting on your vertical support piece. So you have your 32-inch verticals, your cross member, and then put in your 23.5-inch verticals laying on the 24-inch cross member. I put 2 screws in at the base of those, and then put a single screw in the center going up to hold it secure to the 32-inch vertical. This is what your top post will rest on. Next, you'll be putting on the 2 top crossbars. This is where your motor will sit. So slide the first one on and put some screws in that to hold it in place. Once again, I did diagonally, and the way I do this is I pre-drill these holes, of course, squaring it off to the outside edges. And when that one's all screwed in, then set the other 24-inch cross member on top of it. It should sit flush with the 32-inch vertical on both sides. Put the screws in that as well. Now you've got your top part all secure. There's one last piece to put on, and that'll be the one where we've cut it at an angle. So if you're using the 45-degree board, you'll slide it into place and then pre-drill these holes. These are very important to have these ones pre-drilled. You can drill them before you put the board in place if you like. And then put your screws in at the top and then square up the bottom. This board just sits wherever, so it's sitting in there snug to hold everything square. Once you've got these screws in, your whole entire boat stand is built, with the exception of the wheels. Now on to install our wheels. We're using 2-inch casters and they'll be placed at 4 corners of the base of the stand. So flip it up on its side and then set the casters in place. You'll be using the 1-inch screws to go through there. Make sure they're big enough to secure in the holes at the top of the casters. These will be placed on the corners. You want to screw them down nice and snug so that way your stand can roll all around. The drill bit. The drill bit is very important in this process because you want to have a drill bit that's slightly smaller than your screw. You don't want it to be too close to the size of the screw or the screw won't bite into the wood. So you want to have a drill bit that's just a little smaller than the body of the screw. This is a 3/32 drill bit that I used here, and that, as you can see, is just a little bit tinier than the barrel of the screw. It allows the screw to bite, but also pre-drills the hole to make it go in easier. I'll show you some options if you're new to this kind of project. If this is all you need, be sure to click like below before you leave. If you're sticking around, you can also click the like button below right now and comment and subscribe. I built this particular stand with scrap wood that I had laying around. It's random 2x4s, and I had two 2x6 scraps, which is why I have them up here, because this is where the motor hangs. So if you have a lot of scrap wood that meets needs, obviously you can make one that's as horrible as mine. If you're not comfortable making a 45-degree cut for these two pieces, alternatively, you can screw into the side and run a board along the side here like this and do straight cuts and just have it hanging off on the sides. That does the same effect that this does. You can also take a piece of plywood and put it out here on the side, screwing it into both the base and the verticals, and that will steady everything up, because this is purely to steady everything up. If you have two small motors that you want to be able to hang on a stand, all you have to do is every board that is cut to 24 inches, which in this case are 4 boards that connect the two sides, all you have to do is just add an extra 8 or 10 inches onto those, and you can make this wide enough for 2 motors. So I have it built to be able to have my Evinrude outboard mount on here and a tub to be able to fit in behind it, resting on these bars back here. And that way I could still wheel this around with a tub full of water in it. Additionally, if you wanted to use something like a barrel on the other side, you could lay your gas tank right here and have the motor sitting on the stand the other way around. The importance of having the right length screws is so that they don't go too deep. So when a drywall screw goes through two 2x4s, it's not going to stick out the other side and stab my hand. But yet it goes in far enough to be able to secure these two boards together. This right here is a framing speed square. It allows you to draw straight lines on a board. It also allows you to make sure you have two boards at a 90-degree angle from each other. And it also gives you a 45-degree angle when you need one. Goodbye for now. I'm going to go make some ramen, because just mentioning ramen earlier made me hungry for ramen.